everyone. It's Thursday, the 12th of June 2025. Today we will be, we'll be seeing what market did today, and we'll be discussing the one trade that I took. It can't really be counted as a trade. It was break even. Why can't it be counted as a trade? It was a trade. Yeah, so we'll see that, and we will also see the market structure, try to understand what it might mean for tomorrow. So as you can see, market has been stuck in a range 378 to 234. This like almost 1,000 point range, right? Yeah. 900 to 1,000 point range. So I was actually hopeful because I saw this a couple of like this last 3 days consolidation. So I was actually hoping that it'll give a breakout and probably go here, or you know yeah, probably a little greedy. So that kind of sort of played out as a bias, because of which, if we move on to say 5 minutes, it's very evident, right? Like market kept on making lower lows, right? Lower low, lower low. At this could have been a point where I could have said that market tried to break the previous swing high, but then it turned out to be just another I mean, that's actually when I took the trade, and then it continued. So basically, because of my bias, what I missed was, um, so before market was sort of taking resistance, like here, here, even here, like it was taking resistance at around 25,000, like this zone, and then all of a sudden market opens above it and it sustains for 3 days there. So naturally, when it would move below and sustains like it did here, it was supposed to initiate a trade. But the reason why I didn't want to be part of this trade was because, as you can see, this it has already, मतलब इतने बार ऑलरेडी आ चुका है यहाँ, लाइक यहाँ पे ट्रेड लिया तो समझ में आता है, मतलब after 2-3 times, and this entire range is filled with zones. So even if there is a fall, it's going to be very volatile and unpredictable. So I didn't want to take that trade. It's not Angur Khatta. I actually didn't want to take that trade because if I show you the option chart, you will be able to see that. Yeah, where is it? No, sorry. First let's discuss the trade that I did take, which is this. Okay. So I entered at 1250, exited at 1403, which is basically, it's actually shown here. Yeah, let's see what the index was doing back then. We'll have to go to the 5-minute chart. 1250, right? Yeah, around here. No, where is it? Yeah, 1250. Yeah, I was actually a little late to take this trade. I was ideally supposed to take it here, but I hesitated, and the thing was, it was already 1250, and I was planning to take it on 25,400, which was the original strike price I would have taken if market had given a breakout, which it didn't. But I thought, why not catch it a little early? So I think there was a 15-minute candle here somewhere. Yeah, that Yeah, this was the candle. It's a hammer. So I was like, yeah, I will, you know, uh, take like some early quantity so that it can be used for averaging later. So yeah, but it didn't work out, and luckily I was able to, like, I had decided to risk just 1% of my capital. Usually I risk 3 to 4%. So I was going to risk 4% because I was hoping this would break out, right? So although it didn't, I was like planning to take 1000 ka risk here, and then if it breaks out, I'll add 3000 more. That would have made, so my capital is 1 lakh. Although presently it is reduced to what, 70,000, a 30% drawdown. So, but I'm still considering it to be 1 lakh because, yeah, 1 lakh has to be the minimum capital to be trading with. I mean, even that is actually less considering how expensive option buying has become now. Yeah, so this was the trade. Somehow I was able to, I actually risked 900 rupees around on this, and somehow I was able to get out with just 300, less than 300 rupees loss. And then market fell, and even this trade I wouldn't have taken because I already explained to you. So yeah, now for tomorrow, what is going to happen? Well, obviously nobody knows what's going to happen, but ये है कि अभी ये फिर दोबारा इसी ट्रेंड लाइन के पास आया हुआ है. So it for me to be wanting to trade this trend line, I wouldn't like to trade it if it gives a breakdown tomorrow. I'd like it to, consolidate here at least for a day, probably, because otherwise, if it even if it breaks, it's still within the range, right? So even if it falls, I wouldn't want to be part of that fall. Plus, yeah, if it consolidates and then gives a breakout, probably. Other than that, I don't particularly see much of a trade. If it gaps down below this and try and go and test it and get rejected, and forms a candle, say shooting star, I might enter when it gets breached. High time frame, at least 15 minutes. 75 minutes would be preferable, obviously. Yeah, that's about it. See you tomorrow.